Hey guys, what's up? We are What was that? What are you doing?
Okay.
We're live! We have a good time here on Kamen Rider Corner.
Someone don't take over while I finish laughing.
So hi, welcome back. We're today talking about episode 3 of Kamen Rider Build. What's the title of this episode again?
It is the borderline of
3.
justice.
Borderline of Justice.
Convenience the episode.
Borderline of convenience. See.
Borderline
convenience stores.
a convenience of borderlines.
Yes. Yeah. Actually. So yeah, this episode was a lot of fun. But in my opinion, it was kind of rushed. But really quick before we jump into episode, I want to talk about something we should have talked about for the past two things. Kamen Rider Climax Heroes.
Yes. Yes. For the PS4.
Yes. So, for anyone that knows about PlayAsia.com, it is up there for order. I don't know, it's like $50-something. I'm getting it, but the whole game is English subbed, and it looks awesome. I want it.
It looks like a lot of fun.
Are you guys getting it?
Yeah, I'm probably gonna get it. Is there like a pre-order bonus?
You don't have to get a specific PS4 for it.
No,
right?
no.
It's not region locked, right?
It's not region locked.
Oh, that's awesome.
So yeah, it's the first time it's ever gonna have like English subs. English subs. God, I am just not on my game today. English subs, and then that's what I'm wondering about actually. When I saw the thing on PlayAsia, I was like, okay, when I get enough money, I'm gonna order this. Thing is like, is the menu in English or is it just the cutscenes?
What's it localized?
Maybe-
it's localized for English speakers. So
It is?
The whole thing
Oh
is
my
gonna be
God.
optimized. They even have like an English logo.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so it's. I'm excited
But-
for it.
Yes.
They might have it to where it's probably like the kanji lettering, on like the top, and then at the bottom they have the English subtitle for it. That might be cool, I guess.
Okay, that'll work.
So let's do introductions because we have someone new joining us.
Oh.
Hey.
But before we
yeah.
do that, we got Mars Girl. She's in the chat.
Hi.
Hi,
How are
Mars.
you?
Thank you for coming back. We also have. Oh wait, we still have Mars Girl. So I thought I saw
Hi,
someone
Mars
else.
girl.
Well, welcome back.
Oh, and we had Jezer here as
Oh,
well.
man, we have Jezer.
Snap.
Dang it.
Gosh. No, I'm kidding. Jez is cool. He's one of the producers on that hashtag show.
Cool.
He's
So,
also a handful, so.
a handful of man. He's small. It sounds inappropriate.
I was gonna
Anyway,
make a
Stop on your
Pac-Man
head.
reference to that just now.
Anyway, let's start with introductions. I'll start. My name is Jimmy from Angel Grove Radio. So hi.
My name is Darrel. I am a voice actor and host on that hashtag show. And a bunch of other things. Anyway, moving on.
Justin, podcaster, independent Kamen Rider watcher.
And who are you?
Yeah, who are you?
Hi guys, I'm Luis, Mighty Action Lou. Some of you guys might know me on Instagram for that. I breakdance, photography, and also writer enthusiast. You can call me the writer cyclopedia.
It's like no, seriously, he's like the writer historian.
Rider motorcycle. No, encyclopedia. Never mind.
I said
see
the,
what
ri-
you-
the,
I
the
was trying
writer.
to, like-
I see where you were going with that.
It didn't
It
work.
didn't fit. Like I said, the writer cyclopedia.
Okay.
Homage to Kamen Rider Ichigo.
Also, I learned something that you're a breakdancer. I didn't know that.
He breaks
But my
it.
reaction was live on that.
Yeah, it was like.
Really?
And it isn't like a guy who just says he breakdances. No, like he'll like start breakdancing in the middle of like sword practice.
You know, oh yeah, that's the thing. So,
Wait, backtrack that. In the middle of what?
swords.
Yeah,
so
we did.
So I used to be back on the East Coast. I was a martial arts instructor, and I
Yeah.
would primarily teach like weapons and like stuff like that. And so one of our other friends from We the Geeks of East LA, Danny, has been bothering me forever. Like, hey, teach me how to use swords. And so we got these foam swords from Toys R Us, and he just happened to be with us. And he's like, oh, can you teach me too? I was like, sure, why not? So we finally did it on Friday, and we were practicing, and all of a sudden he just stops and starts breakdancing. And I've never seen him breakdance before, so I was just, you can breakdance. All right.
I mean, I kind of advertised it before, and
Yeah.
then some people asked, like, "Oh, can you actually do it? Like, I want to see you try, because I don't want to see you like bring up nonsense here." So I would do like a couple windmills and like a head spin, and they're like, you can really break dance.
I'm a different kind of breakdancer. Like, I break things while I dance.
That's still pretty impressive.
Usually my own bones because I'm brittle. No, I'm kidding.
Real quick, did the season of Gaim bother you? Because as a breakdancer, they were kind of like, hi.
No, Gaim season.
How were you?
No. Gaim season was making me laugh so hard because the way that they would pose, they'd be like, "Yeah, I can't hear you for nothing, man." And so I'm like, "What?"
Lucky tonight.
See, no. That dude, Kamen Rider Deno's actor, he actually
Oh yeah,
breakdances.
Takeru
right.
Sato is
So,
fantastic.
I met him in person actually once at a breakdance competition here in Los Angeles.
What?
Yeah, and I didn't know it was Deno until like I saw him, and I was just like, that guy looks familiar, but he had like a shorter haircut.
Yeah.
And I was just like, wait, it's really him. I was like, Deno!
He's on stage and you're like, oh, Deno! And then just like stops everything. He's like, who the fuck is this guy? Can you know what's like?
Get him off the stage right now.
Also in the chat, we have Andrew Soares.
Ooh.
So
Hey.
he said,
Don't
OMG,
worry.
I know the new guy.
Oh, do we have comments? No? Okay.
Okay.
Just curious.
And then Jezra asked, where's the guy with the suspenders? He's having a wrestling match right now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So
He's busy.
he's a little busy right now.
He's at the borderline of justice.
Yeah, it's a new pay-per-view. The Borderline of Justice pay-per-view.
That was
It's
the stupidest thing.
I'm sorry. I tried
Because
to
it was like badass, but also kind of racist.
I'm terribly sorry.
It's like it goes either way, but I'm gonna lean more towards the badass.
that works. And then so Marsro commented, Super Robot Tyson has also recently had English language support in Asia, and English was super good, so she's excited.
Is it the same company? I think it is.
It is.
That right?
I mean, for Climax Fighters, it's more like a hack and slash kind of thing. But they do it more like if some of you guys know of Gundam, they have a game called Gundam Extreme Full versus Full Boost.
Gundam versus.
So that one's more like a Gundam versus another one. It's kind of like the same thing for Climax Fighters, but with Super Robot Tyson, that one's different because it's more like an RPG based game, and so Climax Fighters kind of just differs from that in general.
All right.
But if it's the same people dubbing it and stuff.
Oh, okay, yeah,
Subbing it.
maybe.
Can't
Subbing.
wait. I really hope they get all the
Translating
voice
it.
actors back for this.
Oh, that'd be great.
Because a lot of them seem voiced, and I was like, I think that's the voice the actor for that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna main Forza and Deno. Like no one can stop me. I'm
Well,
so
X8
excited.
has so many forms, so I'm gonna go with X8.
The problem I have with
For
these
obvious reasons.
the problem I have with these games though is that you have the new rider build and all the riders before him. Are they gonna go into their final forms? Because if they are, then build is just like, hey guys, I'm here.
Well, I mean,
I'm new.
I have a vacuum.
Yeah. And a Gatling gun. So.
But I look cool.
But yeah, that's the problem I have with these games, and I really hope that if they do like finally get to his final, they don't release a new game. It's just DLC or something.
that'd be
yeah,
good.
that'd
That
be
makes
great.
sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be
That would
great.
cool.
Maybe
So, when is it released?
that's December 10th.
Yes.
Oh, cool.
Mark your calendars.
Oh, I thought it. Wait. November. Oh, it is December.
It is
It's
December.
I'm
December
thinking
10th.
something else in November. I don't
November's
know.
probably call it.
It's definitely December, but I just wasn't sure the day. So
Yeah,
December 10th,
December
mark your
10th.
calendars. To my boss, if you're watching this, me calling out sick and this are completely unrelated.
It's.
So,
I mean,
Let's
it's,
talk about-
it's a cold season.
Wait, I had another question regarding the game for Climax Fighters. What's the roster going to be like? Is it just going
As
to be
far-
the Heisei
Yeah, as
riders?
far as I know, it's just Heisei. Heisei.
Heisei.
Heisei. I was like, what? Heisei.
I mean, but
Heisei riders.
Luckily, we live in an age where if they decide to get the guys before Heisei, who says? I don't know.
I say.
So,
I say.
We
I
say.
mean, like you mentioned earlier, there's always an opportunity for DLC. So,
Yeah.
you know, and I'm sure there's gonna be plenty of people willing to fork over the cash for
Yeah.
it.
Oh no! If they do show Rider like DLCs, that'd
Oh.
be, oh yeah.
I'm
That'd be
so
good.
on. I'm so on.
But
board.
that means we'll need Japanese PlayStation accounts.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, so we'll figure it out when we get there.
We'll cross.
I like how your
We'll
voice.
cross that sky wall when we get to that point.
No, if you notice, Jimmy's.
Because it's on the show.
It's a reference.
It's a reference.
You can see the sky wall in the game trailer.
That's can you?
but it looks cool. It looks fun.
No.
Yeah, the game was great.
Yeah.
Yeah, the game was cool.
The cinematics they released are really cool.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I dig them
That's
a lot.
amazing.
All right, so you guys want to talk about the episode?
Yes.
No.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Well, all right. How's your day?
Convenient over here.
All right, yeah, let's jump right into it. Okay, Kamen Rider Build Episode 3. Gosh, how does it start again?
Well,
It
basically,
starts with oh sorry.
Go.
Oh, it starts with Sento.
yes.
Yeah.
He's like lecturing Banjo like, here's how
Oh, that's right.
Nabusi?
No, Nabeshima.
Nabeshima, yeah.
That guy.
Nabeshima.
Bald guy. He's like trying like it sounds like it's like the 5th, 6th, 7th time. He's like, once again, this bald guy who like tricked your girlfriend into framing you for murder, and this bald guy who knocked you out in jail, they're the same guy. And then Banjo's like, I think I get it. And he doesn't get it.
I'm a little mad that we missed the entire like previous part of that of NCIS Tokotu, or, whatever part of Japan they're in now.
Yeah.
Totu,
yeah.
Totu?
Yeah, Totu.
NCIS Totu. I'm a little mad that
Yeah!
because that would have been like, that would have been great to just watch this. Like, okay, so here's the thing. Wait, I don't understand. What? What do you mean you don't? Okay, fine. All right. Let me break it down for you again.
Yeah, there's something hilarious about the idea. Like, he probably explained it normally, and he's like, wait, I don't get it. Seriously? And then 5 minutes, then like 20, 30 minutes later, he's like, all right, I'm going to draw it on the damn board.
He's like, can you
This is a
understand
cartoon
now?
drawing of your girlfriend and the guy who killed, and the guy who got you in there. Are you following me?
Do you understand?
Do you understand? No. Damn it! Okay, hold on.
I just don't like how dumb they're making Banjo. Like,
Yeah.
He's getting progressively dumber.
I don't like if they keep him on this slope.
Yeah.
How dumb he's going to become.
He's gonna need a helmet. And he's gonna be eating paste by the end of the season because like they're just making him dumber and dumber and dumber, and it's like
Yeah, no.
he's a likable character. You don't have to dumb him. Like we get he's a meathead.
Yeah.
But you don't have to make him like this is something that children who are targeted to watch this show, they got this last episode.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, like they just
I
keep
wonder
making
if
him
he
dumber.
is gonna die by the end of the season.
That'd be a twist.
Because I'm thinking it was like, okay, his girlfriend died, and he's already like very, not smart, and I feel like he's the kind of guy that would sacrifice himself for like some stupid reason, but like kind of noble reason.
Yeah.
And Rider seasons has surprised me like that. It's like
Yeah.
maybe he'll die.
That's not out of the realm of possibility.
Yeah.
For
Or-
this show, yeah.
I believe maybe he might change attitude once he gets to grasp more of it and he gets his like driver. Because we got that confirmation, didn't we, on episode 2?
That more or less he's going to become.
The new
Yeah.
Kamen Rider. The
Yeah,
second
most
Kamen
likely.
Rider.
We had a little glimpse that he's going to become a writer in this episode. But
Yeah.
that's like a little bit later.
That'd be a
Well-
twist though if the bottle that he has, he doesn't end up becoming the secondary writer.
And I'm not going to lie, I'm going to a little be annoyed about that.
Yeah, like
You guys set us up for this, and then just
That would be a huge twist, though. I
It
would
would.
not
That
see
would.
that coming. Like, even though we're talking about it now, like if it does happen, I don't know if I
Like
can
if
be
it
super
actually
mad.
happens in front of me, it's like, oh, you are
Snap.
not the secondary writer. Like we were talking about, it's like obviously if they have the time to build him up,
Yeah.
cool, great, I love that. But then I would prefer him to be the writer.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would be really cool because he's strong enough.
Yeah.
to be
Like,
the writer.
here's the thing, I'm with you guys. Like, I like the character as is, and I definitely agree that like this whole thing where he's like, oh, okay, like it's like seems like a weird like I get it. That's gonna be funny for children.
Like if he stays at this IQ level,
yeah,
cool.
yeah, it's fine.
Any
here. Yeah.
lower than
Yeah.
that, and I might be a little annoyed.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
he started off kind of smart.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like no, like Meathead's the best description of
Yeah,
him.
but
you
even,
know?
even meatheads aren't this dumb.
Right.
You know?
Like, there's
they-
one point where he's saying something and he's like, oh, okay. It's like, what how old are you?
Yeah. It's just kind of like a few scenes later, they show that he actually can do some thinking.
In his
Yeah.
defense,
yeah.
he was experimented on. So
Yeah.
That's true. That's your
That
out.
is true. No, but so was Sento. Like,
Yeah.
you know, to have
he got the better end of the
I
deal.
guess you're right. Yeah, so then it goes from what's the sleepy girl's name? I had it
Misora.
written down. Misora.
Misora.
She comes in with like some paper. She's like,
This is straight up illegal.
yeah.
by the way.
She's like, no. She's like, I can't. You know, the number that on his resume is false. the address on his resume.
We just don't have the right information.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like he lied on his resume.
So
you know?
like we need to find him. Does anybody know what we can do next? And then she's like, I got this. And they set up this changing room. What were you gonna say?
No, go
They
ahead.
had a changing room. And then this is a great sequence because everyone's like this great like changing thing is like, I'm a popular idol.
Yeah, she turned into Poppy.
Yeah, no, this she turned straight up into Poppy.
Yeah.
She's like, hey, I'm adorable. Here's this guy we're looking for. Give me his address. Give me his information.
finding a wanted man.
And
I'm
she
like-
eye drops. Please.
I like that part. That part got me. 'cause
That's
it's like-
illegal.
Yes.
I don't know what your laws are like in this new society, but I'm pretty sure that's illegal.
I'm guessing they're pretty pacifist since Toto is a pacifist nation.
At
But
the
yeah,
very
that was
least,
funny.
it's morally wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's absolutely morally wrong.
But it's funny as hell.
I remember watching this with one of my other YouTuber friends, and they were watching this like, I want that kind of influence. This is what I want. Like, not to find wanted men, obviously.
Right.
But this.
The ability to go, you can do this for me, right?
Wink.
Wink.
And
Wink,
then,
wink.
like, hearts come out of the screen. I was
Like the guy that was watching it, his like reaction to it was pretty funny because all you see is his neck just crackle. Kah!
He did the Deku headbang from freaking My Hero Academia. Anyone knows what I'm talking
I
about,
do.
or has seen
Yeah.
that GIF. The thing that he just does that.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, so from there, someone kind of says, hey, there's a smash.
Yeah, one of her audience members said, by the way, there's a...
I think on the logs.
Continue. No, okay.
Yeah, so one of her, like,
There's an
viewers-
attack.
Well, actually, let's go back a little bit.
Someone smashed.
Let's go back a little bit.
Yeah.
Her viewers, is it like a closed subscription type thing we have to pay? Because she
That's
keeps
what-
Kind of like a
mentioning
Patreon
hourly
Is it
page.
wage.
really?
I'm asking because she always mentions like you have to pay my hourly wage.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Oh, I
is
didn't even
it-
think about that.
because it is still illegal, but like it can't be mass broadcast to like.
Could it be
everyone
like
on the
a-
internet.
Because I'm thinking it's
Maybe
like a
subscription model.
That's
type
what I'm
thing?
thinking. It's
Could
like
it be
a
like a
private.
Patreon?
It's like a private stream that people pay for. Yeah. That's why I'm assuming what she does.
I mean,
yeah.
it exists in real life. I mean,
Yeah.
it's more appropriate in the show. But
Did you see how like readily she like did the stream though? It was just like change and ready, and she already has like a gajillion like viewers. Do you think these people just sit there and was like, where's
refresh.
oh there it is, there it is.
Refresh.
Oh yeah, no, guaranteed.
Misura.
Guaranteed. These guys are just in front of the computer just like that.
All right, so one of our
I
viewers
waited 3 days
pretty
for
much
this.
says, "Hey, there's a smash here," and
Yeah.
Sento's like, "All right, let's go." Banjo's like, "Where are you going? We have work to do." He's like, "No, I'm just gonna go do build stuff." It's like, "You'd rather do build stuff?" He's like, "Yeah, I'd rather do build stuff."
Oh yeah, this was a really cool moment. It was like, what's more important, your memories or your superhero build? I was like, build.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it's
Like
like,
no
again,
question, just build.
Yeah.
yeah, it's that reaffirming that this writer is the straight up hero writer.
Yeah.
Like he's got no like, yeah, I know I want to find my memories, but like I gotta save people. I
Yeah.
like saving people.
I like that he's not focusing on the future and not the past.
Right.
And even though he wants to know his past, he's like, yeah, when I get to it,
I'll get to
Yeah.
it. Yeah, which is like frustrating for Banjo because Banjo he wants his name cleared. 'Cause
Right.
that is
Yeah.
his priority because he can't even go on a boat. I mean, we'll get to that later. But without, like he's a fugitive. Like so is Build, but Sento could go out as a person because no one knows that's Build.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
So Banjo's really frustrated because he just wants his name cleared and
He just wants
You
to
know,
live life again.
yeah, like unlocking this is gonna get him cleared,
Yeah.
hopefully.
Yeah.
So Sento, well, the intro plays.
Yep.
We get that cool intro, and then we get to the that kind of the meeting of the minds. We get the meeting of the minds of 3 people, and
Oh, this is interesting.
and I was like, "Where's their table? Like, why is it their table?"
Oh, yeah, this scene. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I was like,
yeah.
Why don't they have a giant, like, we have tables. Like, what's with the future not having tables? Well, they're holograms.
Yeah.
But they're having this meeting and you guys could go about the meeting.
Well, this is like they're like the prime ministers of each sector.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
This is a very interesting scene because now we get insight into like each of the actual sectors beyond like douchebag McFace or whatever, Mick mustache.
Yeah.
Mustache.
And so, like, you know, we get to see, like, oh, yeah, it does. So what are we going to do about the country? How's your sector doing? Why does no one else want to save this country? And it's very, okay, so this guy is genuinely concerned, but everyone in this room is really, no, forgive the pun, shady. Yeah, because it's very dark in this room.
But that's like, yeah, they're all sort of like, we're cool.
Yeah.
Like, our sector is fine. And he's like, yeah, but like,
Our
wouldn't it be
sector's
better?
fine.
Was like, wouldn't it be better if we can get back together and make this a unified country?
Yeah.
Nah, we're fine.
Yeah, we're good. We're in like good economic standing. We're fine.
Mm-hmm.
That lady though, that lady in the back is like, "Yee."
No one saw that. I refuse to believe no one saw that.
In that room, there was 2 other people.
Yeah. 3 if you want to count the sun.
And they were
He's hanging in the back.
That's true. But they were all kind of facing each other.
Yeah.
You know,
And
it's
they're
like,
all averting their attention to whoever's talking. And then she makes this like really snarky remark. It's like, oh, I see what you're doing over here.
Yeah, so they finished that off, and we learned that the prime minister of our sector, Taito, that's the president, the evil mustache guy. That's his dad.
Isn't that the company that makes Bubble Bobble?
Taito is a video game company, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's somebody Toto.
Whatever, the name of the sector that they're at.
I was gonna say Taito's the people that make Bubble Bobble. I'm pretty sure anyway.
That's the evil company's next mission.
Take over
That's
Bubble
Genmu
Bubble.
Corporation.
There's gonna be an arrow that's gonna come out of the city.
That's terrifying.
That's
Absolutely terrifying.
What the heck is that?
And you're seeing these giant like colored bubbles fly into the air.
And little dinosaurs like pulling cranks.
You guys can't escape.
Realistically, I would actually shit myself. Jesus.
Right, so after this scene, we get to the smash fight.
Yeah.
And it's this little boy who's being attacked by a smash. Mm-hmm.
Smash. They're having a smash battle.
Bill gets there, and he starts fighting the smash. And the reporter chick gets there.
I want to point out Build's rider bike henshin.
Oh, go ahead.
Because one thing, like, that's a classic traditional thing, is like henshining on a bike. But we kind of brought the fact it's a little awkward on this one, like because it's like what was it? He had 2 hands, and then he has to have both.
He did both.
Yeah.
And like, granted, he must be a very good motorcycle rider if he can do that. He did both. Did that. Cranked it, and then in the next scene he's still holding on.
Right.
So it was just this whole disconnect. It was like, I mean,
But maybe it might work because, you know, the bike that he has that touchpad, so he might have like an automatic drive function on the bike. So it kind of could work.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me.
Right.
You know, he's a
he
scientist.
is smart.
He's probably thought ahead on that.
We got Larry Newbill in the chat, guys. Hey, Larry.
Hey, Larry.
How's
He
it
says,
going?
hey, guys. So cool. Welcome. Thank you.
Did you guys see that toy placement though? On the sorry for interrupting, but did you guys see that toy placement for Build's like figure? Like after he jumps off the bike into that 3D model, like after he does his henshin, he jumps off the bike and then he goes into like this 3D model mode.
Yeah.
And that's basically like the toy placement for what they have. It's called the Soto figures, where you basically have Build's figure and you do interchangeable parts with it.
Oh, that's right. It's
Yeah,
like
so
two-
they actually had like a
right?
toy placement in the show.
I didn't even think
For
about that.
episode.
That's cool.
That's
That's
cool.
cool.
Actually, I didn't see that. There we go.
I was also quickly thinking, off topic, kind of, sort of, not really. If Japan doesn't put Kamen Rider Build in the new Super Smash Bros. Game, this is a missed opportunity.
He's just smashing
Please
everything.
listen to my request, please. I'm hearing you
Just
out.
throwing it out there. I know we have Climax Heroes, but if he's not in Super Smash Bros.,
DLC.
I'm gonna be very disappointed. Anyway, continue.
You're gonna
I'm
be very
sorry.
disappointed. So he gets there. The reporter chick gets there. This is after the henshin. He starts fighting the smash. Reporter chick grabs the kid. He's like, "Let's go over here." And he starts fighing the smash.
She starts kind of narrating.
Yeah.
Like announcing the.
This was really cute, and I admire this a lot. It was just like, what was the last writer that like had something like that? There was someone else. I think in Forza there was someone else that kept doing that all the time.
There was the guy in Decade.
Oh yeah.
Decayed announcer from like the movies and stuff like that.
And there was another thing. Oh, it was Geki Ranger. That's what I'm thinking of. Did you guys watch Geki?
I haven't seen all of that.
So there's a little fly, and it's similar to Power Rangers Jungle Fever. The little
Try
fly
to remember the fly.
that kind of like narrated. Oh yeah. It was kind of like that. I was like, oh, that's cool. I haven't seen that in a while, and that's probably what I was thinking of.
And it's actually kind of a funny sequence because like he's doing all this stuff and she's like keeps talking about what he's doing and he's clearly being annoyed.
Oh, did you see that? He did the thing.
And but you can tell she's clearly trying to get like the crowd around like a positive
Right.
thing towards builds because right now he's a wanted fugitive, and I'm skipping ahead a little bit, but like even after the fight, it's like, isn't that guy wanted fugitive? Like there's people watching. She's like, no, he just saved them. Like, what do you?
You saved the mother and child.
But,
Yeah.
I mean, I went forward a little bit, but they do the fight, and he brings back Vacuum.
Yeah, Vacuum's back.
Which last week we weren't too sure if it was gonna be like a full-time thing or a one-off, and okay, it's back for another episode.
Yeah.
So we also have someone else in the chat, Yuki Taro's. They said there's also a BCR line of toys, which is basically the same as the Sodu toys, except it's a mass release. So
I wanted to talk about that too. It's kind of like the exact same thing. That's how you said it, but it's just, I would say, maybe different material being used in the figures.
since it's gonna be more release, I'm guessing like
they're having a lot of
more
releases.
affordable.
They're having a lot of releases for build in figure wise. You know, they have the Converge figures, they have the Soto figures, and then they have those mass produced figures. So they're gonna have a lot for build.
And then I'm guessing Figure Arts if that line keeps going. So
Yeah.
so we. What else?
Good point, though. Good point.
Well, this is actually kind of another. There's some good fun fighting in this thing.
Yeah, this is a really good fight scene.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, actually, one favorite little details is he's in the ground as Gorilla Mond, and like he's just like, oh, this sucks. So he grabs with his gorilla fist, he shakes the bottom.
What's great about this suit actor is that you can like tell like Sendo's like face underneath. It's like, all right.
That's what I wanted to ask too. Is it the same suit actor that's been doing the
I believe
Heisei
it's
Riders?
the same one.
Seiji suit actor.
It's great because you get to see like you understand what Sendo's actually like thinking underneath. With the exception of like the last part, now we know what he's feeling. We'll talk about it when we get to it.
Yeah,
right.
But he does the whole like it's like, oh crud, here we go.
It's just like shh.
I love that he snapped at her.
Yeah.
At one point, he was like, "Shut up! Just shut up!"
He's like, can't you see I'm trying to save people here? Leave me alone.
Yeah. So he eventually defeats the Smash.
Yes.
And it turns out that the Smash is the little boy's mom.
And I want to point out, like, you brought up the fact that, like, there's convenience in this episode. And this is the first sign of, that's convenient.
Yeah.
Well, we didn't know it was convenient until much later. Like, oh, that was convenient.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
awfully convenient.
Yeah,
And
like,
I
oh,
do agree.
that monster that's
Oh,
randomly
Mom!
attacking a child. Like, that's your mom?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was a kid's mom.
Which makes you wonder how much time had passed before she was kidnapped.
Right.
Yeah, because she didn't lose her mememories at all.
Yeah.
Like she
Well, she-
still remembers her son and
Well,
everything.
she lost some. Like, she doesn't know how she became one.
Okay.
But still, like, she retains most of everything.
Yeah,
She knows-
exactly.
yeah.
So like how much time passed in between? So it's like, I left for like a couple days and happened to run into my son, and now I'm gonna attack him. So it's like, okay.
And that's kind of one of my mild concerns. And it's only episode 3, so I'm hoping they
It'll-
have.
yeah,
Yeah,
patched.
but it's like they're a little loosey goosey with the rules of the Smash process.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, do you lose all your memories? It seemed like that the guy he fought in the first episode totally lost everything.
Yeah.
But then some people retain some. It's
Is there some level of like
Yeah.
memory loss that's like for each person that we're gonna like keep?
Yeah.
I don't know how to word that, but I think you guys understand.
Does it retain only to like people who have relatives and family, or is it just to like a single individual? Like the guy in the first episode, he didn't remember anything that happened. So was he like a single dude living in an apartment in
Right.
Japan or something, or did he have a
I
family?
am curious about something though. So in the last episode, the girlfriend, she remembered because she loved him so much.
Yeah.
She remembered Banjo, so she was trying to attack herself. I'm curious, like if the little boy is a little shit, because the mom was just really attacking her son. Like, get your butt over here. You know, like, was he a jerk?
Was their last conversation like, I
didn't
hated dinner
appreciate
tonight.
you.
I hated dinner tonight, Mom, and that's all she remembered.
It was like,
Yeah, it's all up but pent up aggression that she couldn't release because she had no excuse. But now that
I'm
she's
still
a monster,
laughing. I'm still laughing at the fact that this little boy, he's a little shit.
no, you saying that reminds me of the little kid from X-Aid, where he has that one mom that he doesn't like because apparently she didn't bake him a cake. That pissed me off so much. If you guys seen that episode, it pissed me off so much.
There's
I
an
was like,
episode like that too. I think it's Gaim or I don't know.
I was just
Little
like,
kids in Toku just do not
appreciate things
do
at
not
all.
have a good rep. And every time something like that happens, like I just want you to die.
there was this kid in Exit as well that he just didn't like doctors. So he
Yeah,
didn't want to
like-
get
Oh,
cured.
in
I
the first
remember
couple episodes.
Yeah,
I
the
remember
first
that.
couple was
Yeah.
with Tyga, I think. When Tyga's like first appearance, he's like, I just don't like doctors. And he's like, but the cool thing about that episode is that like Emu did like the craziest thing where he like took off his jacket. He's like, see, I'm not a doctor. That was a cool part, but I mean that
I'm
reasoning
snitching.
was stupid. That
Yeah.
reasoning was stupid.
Oh, one more thing. The superhero Tyson film, this last one, that little boy. You're a little. Have you seen it? Right?
I haven't seen the movie.
Never
only seen
mind.
the first 15.
That's all. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say. There was a little boy in that too. So anyway, yeah, like you're right. Children in Toku, they're little shits.
With the,
Yeah, I
with the
understand what you're
exception
talking
of like
about,
Kotaro and like Q Ranger.
and his little brother's cool too.
Yeah.
They're likable.
And Goro in Kamen Rider 71.
Ah.
He's the shit. But
Yeah, he is.
So Yukitaro says Seiji Takiyawa is a Kamen Rider actor since Agito
Oh,
minus
Seiji
Hibiki.
Takawa.
So he's pretty sure that's him. So it's
Oh,
probably
that's
him.
that's the
Taros,
actor?
much
Yeah.
respect, bro. Love your stuff.
Cool. Welcome.
He's
You're in it.
great. Seiji Takaba.
wait, Rider from what show started?
From it says Agito.
He started from Agito
so he's
to
since
now.
Agito, but he wasn't in Hibiki.
Oh wow.
So yeah,
That's
he's been a while.
Kibiki was a weird season, and I don't know how accurate this is. Maybe you know, but apparently they couldn't come up with a Rider season for that year. And so there was a different company that made Hibiki, and they were like, we like that, bye. And so that's why it didn't look like or act like a Rider series until like the halfway point.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what to think, because I started watching that show and I like it, but I also could admit that like if this show was just called Hibiki, I think it would have a lot less stigma
Yeah.
against it, because I think it's a really cool show.
But it didn't feel like a Kamen Rider show.
Yeah.
It
Didn't feel
felt
like a Kamen
X-Aid.
Rider show, yeah.
It felt like a Toku show, but it didn't feel like a Rider show because it's in a completely. It's still the same period in time as the
Yeah.
other Rider shows, but it's just. It's not taking place in the city like how the other shows are.
How
It's
I
taking
feel
more
about
like the
X-Aid.
village. It's exactly that
It's
point.
great. So okay.
I know we know.
You can stop now.
So this obviously we have like X8 stuff on the table still.
By the way,
not
does
as-
it need a mushroom to get bigger? What happened here?
it's portable.
It's a life up.
It's portable. Just add water.
Not portable.
This is not a chia pet.
So let's see. He defeats the Smash, gets
Yes.
the essence, and then I guess he goes back and Banjo's all upset. Oh no, actually he ditches the reporter chick.
Yeah.
He's like later, and she's like there, like
That
what?
was the best. He was like, no, wait, come back. No,
He's like,
not
no.
dealing with this.
I don't know you. I don't know you. Keep going.
Yeah, so it they get back to the lab and Banjo's all upset because wait, did he get back to the lab?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
he
gets
goes
back to the lab.
because
Banjo's
he got
all
the-
upset because he can't seem to prioritize like getting the memories back.
Right.
And Banjo's like, I don't care. I'm probably butchering that.
Well, yeah, no, but it's basically it's like I still can't believe you're doing
that's right,
this,
that's right, yeah, okay.
and like you're still a fugitive, and we're still, and then he gets interrupted by the microwave.
Yes.
and
He
he's
goes,
still afraid of it.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so he was really sensual with that microwave. He's like,
Yeah.
I love you.
He's
Oh, those Sento? Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you can always tell when you're getting a new full bottle because Banjo's always gonna do like the famous
Yeah.
like that screech, and then after
He just
that,
happens
like,
to be sitting by the microwave
Right.
when it happens. Like, oh, there's something gonna happen. And then we get some more toy placement.
Yeah, so
Yep.
Yes.
that wall thing for the best match.
that's called
thing,
the Panzer panel.
The Panzer panel.
This is something,
Available on Bandai.com.
Premium Bandai.
This is one of those things that I didn't really appreciate until after the sequence is over, because most times, like especially for best match, Like in any for like double, for example, he just knew which combos were the best. For the double suit, and like all the other ones, like, oh, this is it, this doesn't work, this is gonna work, and so it's like, oh, I don't know what's gonna work, so we built this thing so I know how this works.
Yeah,
it's like, oh,
but then Banjo just completely like ruins that whole Pan-Japan theory. He's just like, all right, I'll find it in one go, and puts like Hawk, Gatling together, best match. He's like,
and,
what?
I'm gonna go backtrack a little bit.
Yeah,
The bottle from the microwave was Hawk.
yeah.
That's when we get Hawk, and Banjo's like, let me try, and they're like, okay, all right, buddy, we're scientists and we can't figure it out yet.
See this gun? See this gun? The Gatlingalizer or whatever it's called. I don't even know what it's called. No, that's what he does. And he's like, I have the full ball for this, but I don't know what matches with it. It's like, what about this?
he puts it in the belt because it's like, best match. He's like, what?
If Sento's really offended.
Yeah, he's like, how? And he's like, oh, it's a living thing with a machine. He's like, I'm a scientist. It can't be that simple. We have equations.
I like how he did the whole elitist, like, I'm a scientist.
To which I'm like, look at all your other modes. That's almost basically the thing. Rabbit Tank is that,
The owner itself.
Gorilla Mon is that,
The owner is what got me like really laughing hard, because he was just like, bravo! How'd you do that? Tell me now!
Yeah, but Sento's on his high horse. Like, I'm a scientist. We have equations for that. It can't be that simple, and it is that simple.
Yeah.
He's
So
like,
I dug
cool.
that a lot. I really dug that a lot. So,
All right,
moving
what's
on.
next?
From there, turns. What the heck happened? So they right before all that. No, I have notes. Right before that, the girl, the power Misora. She's like, I'm gonna go to sleep. If you wake me up, I'm gonna kill you.
I'm actually gonna cut you.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
that's
she
a good
goes to
bit.
sleep, and during this whole process they're celebrating, she wakes up,
And
she's like twisting like a cloth. She's like, I'm going to cut you.
Like, she stops her discussion by throwing a knife at
Yes!
her head.
And I was like,
Oh, that's right.
And
just-
knife.
and
she
they
went
all turn
Darrel
around.
on Luis
She's like,
earlier.
Let me explain this reference. So we were having like breakfast, lunch, whatever, and I was eating a salad, and it had this the packet had a fork and a knife in it, and so I went to throw it away, and instead of like arcing it into the trash can, it went straight at Lewis.
It hit me like near my waist section. I was just like, I saw the bag. He was like, where's the trash can? Jimmy was telling him, basically, the trash can's right there. I was like, oh, I'll get it for you. Before I could even get out of the chair, I just feel something go, ah! And I just I twist my body like I'm a Call
That
of
was
Duty
great.
character. I'm just like, oh, I'm done for.
It was definitely one of those moments that I wish the camera was rolling. A knife fly at Luis. Luckily, it was plastic, one of those plastic cutlery knife things, and
If it was the real knife, like how Misora threw it, I'd
probably
be done for it.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I probably would have laughed before I helped you.
he has a knife like
You
on
were
the side of
cracking
his
up the
leg.
whole time.
I was cracking up the whole
He
time.
was laughing for about a good minute.
I was sitting right next to you, and that could have hit me just immediately. But that hit you, and I'm grateful for that. So
Moving on.
moving on, it cuts back to Sento talking to the creepy dude. And he's trying to find out about Nabeshime and like
his
he's
placement in the company.
He's like, why
like
are
how
you
you
asking
botched that.
about him? He's like, oh, the scientist who got killed. Can you tell me about him too?
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, you mean the devil scientist? Like
That's not a pleasant name.
I was like, whoa, the devil scientist.
That escalated quickly.
Yeah, so apparently he was the one that got killed, and it cuts back to Banjo being chained up.
Yeah.
Because apparently they really like chaining him up.
Misora really doesn't trust him. That's
Yeah,
the thing.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. So and he manages to just break the chains.
Well, it's like, here's the thing about that. It's like, she didn't see that. I mean, did she see that in the last episode? Did they really point that out that she saw that, or like?
No, she was in the microwave in the last episode.
So that's the thing. That's probably the first time of us actually seeing Banjo with. Okay, he has super strength of some kind.
Yeah.
After the process of the experimentation.
Yeah.
So that's like, oh, it's not just some weird trick he did. It's like, no, he was able to break through it.
Yeah.
Which also makes the question like, okay, so then don't do that anymore to the guy. He clearly is gonna dig.
Exactly.
Yeah, because
He's probably like Ultraman now.
and he does this because she managed to get his current phone number from one of her fans.
Yeah.
Again, creepy and illegal probably. So he's like, you got a call, and she's like, no. So he ends up tying her up, And
That was uncomfortable.
And he
That was
calls.
uncomfortable.
He calls, and this is another convenient thing. So he calls, he picks up immediately. He's like, Nabishima. He's like, yeah. He's like, like, clear my name. It's Banjo. And he's like,
Conveniency episode. He picks up. He's like, "Nobody, who's this? Banjo? Well, I can't because my family is in this district.
It's in danger. He's like, well, what if I take your family to safety, make them safe? Would you testify for me then? He's like, yeah.
Yeah, sure. Why
they're
not?
the sixth-
Actually, to be fair, he doesn't even agree to that.
That's true, but he goes,
He's forced to it.
He's forced to it, and then he hangs up, and then right behind him is like Night Rogue, who
Yeah.
happens to also be there.
yeah, again.
Oh, are you happy
convenient.
now? It was like, did they know? What? Like, this is what I'm thinking to not make it so convenient. Night Rogue was the one that led Misoda to the number, had him call, and it was like, all right, we just need to wait for him to. Oh, there he is.
Like, yeah, if the next couple episodes we find that out, I'll give the show a really big thumbs up.
I would like to think that that's what they're going for.
Because
so, yeah.
that was way too convenient. The fact that Night Rogue was just there.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
agreed.
So then it cuts to the girl, the Misoda tied up. Build gets there, and it's like, what happened? And they explain to him what happened. So we also cut to Nabishima getting turned into a smash.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
That's that whole process of like, it still kind of creeps me out, just how that visually that looks. Like,
Yeah.
they don't look like they're having a good time. They look like they're in pain the whole time.
You're getting turned into a monster
No, of
with
course.
this.
In like
I know, I'm giving
yeah.
you praise for that, because at least they're not like just lying in bed and then they're having some, experiment thing. No, they're in water.
They're in pain.
awake. They do not want to be there. And it looks like it hurts.
They look like they're being dunked in that creepy crawly liquid from like those 90s ovens where you make the chewy gummy bugs.
Yeah, for sure.
That's what they look like.
Yeah.
It's not a pleasant production. It's not a pleasant production.
Yeah.
And look at those. That cuts to the boat scene, right?
Yeah, so it's we have Banjo and the reporter girl. They're at the docks and they're on their way to Sato. So they're like,
Banjo's dressed up as an old person.
A granny.
Here's the thing. He's insisting he's a grandpa. She's like, well, you clearly look like a grandma.
yeah. So and that's when they get attacked by the stormtroopers.
Yeah.
I still don't know their names. They're stormtroopers
Guardians.
to me.
You might as well call them stormtroopers because they can't hit their targets.
That's very true.
Or shoot their guns, which they are currently holding.
Yeah, but this leads to a really cool scene because Banjo's holding his full bottle.
Yeah.
And he punches one. You see like this energy come out, and the dude just flies.
Yeah.
And Banjo's like, okay, I see where this is going.
Yeah.
But then they're surrounded, and it's like,
That's what made me laugh so hard because he does the punches like, I feel like a badass now. And the next thing you know, he's just like, I'm good, guys.
Senta comes in with now
New toy!
New toy!
and it's like that Gatlinger gun that he was trying to figure out
hawk
earlier.
Gatlinger.
He's just like shooting.
Isn't that jumping ahead like really far?
No.
No.
It happens
That's right.
Immediately after that.
He comes in with the hawk Gatlinger in his bike.
And he's like, what do you think of my new toy?
Yeah.
Children.
Available by Bandai.
Make sure you tell your parents you want one too. Now.
Yeah. So, and then they kind of run to hide into that warehouse.
Oh, that's right.
Where they're sitting there, like, different. They're all behind a different pillar, having a conversation with a stormtrooper right behind them.
Yeah.
Convenient.
I was like, stormtroopers are back there. They're having a conversation, probably as loud as we are right now.
Yep.
And it's like, they don't hear them.
That was bothering me.
Yeah. It wasn't like...
I hated that part.
it wasn't like they were like really far off.
Mm-hmm.
It was like us to the tripod. Like the camera is super close, just like, on guard, like looking for them.
Oh my God.
And they're just, it's like, dude, we're right there. Just literally check behind a pillar. You're in an empty warehouse. The only thing they can hide behind are pillars.
Like, I'm
check the pillars.
Like, I'm kind of wondering, like, when they went to that location, like, no one said, that, like, shouldn't they, maybe they should be behind, like, a wall.
Yeah.
And they can kind of whisper it to each other. Because
Yeah.
if they're going to be right there, wouldn't that be so close?
Yeah.
And no one in production went, oh, no, it's fine.
Yeah,
Or
I
like,
mean-
oh, you're right, that seems weird. Like, everyone's like, oh, it works.
Not only were they like not whispering, they were like really far. So if they were at least like really close to each other,
Right.
Yeah.
it would be understandable. Like,
They were like farther from like Jimmy is to Lewis. It was it was just really dumb.
yeah, and then but this leads to a really cool conversation between Sento and Banjo.
Yes.
And Sento's like, look, I smile when I save people. I like saving people. Like,
Yeah.
that's why I'm doing it.
Yeah.
And Banjo's like, but we gotta figure this out. And then Sento's like,
If you're looking for, if you're
if you're expecting a reward, then it isn't justice.
Yeah.
Damn. Like, and he kind of thinks about it, and then the Smash appears, and the Smash starts attacking the Stormtroopers.
Yeah.
It's like, whoa, that's a little bit different. Sento's like, all right, guys, you guys get out of here. I'll handle these guys. You do what you need to do. So they kind of separate. So Sento starts fighting the Smash. They get to where the boat captain is, and the boat captain is like, look, I'm not gonna let you get on this boat. You guys are a liability.
y'all
And
are
at
illegal.
this moment, like you hear like, let them get on. I own this boat.
Yeah.
And it's the mom from earlier in the episode. She's like, they saved my son. I'll take responsibility.
I almost killed my son. Here's the thing. There's in terms of convenience, we've talked about this a lot in this episode. There's a lot of convenience, and I feel like
This is probably one of the biggest ones.
yeah.
Here's the thing. If this was the only one,
Yeah.
I would have been fine with it.
Exactly.
But there were like 4 other ones in front of it. So this one now adds like another one it almost comes, here's my thing. I almost feel like this comes off as they just want to rush this story really fast.
We were talking about this earlier, that rushing a Sentai or Toku in general, or Rider, why did I say, anyway.
You're good, you're good, keep going.
Yeah, just rushing it in general always seems like a bad thing because for one of the two things, you get this a lot with Toku, because it's like, oh, you have like 50 something episodes to film, maybe 40 depending, but you still have a lot of episodes, so why are you rushing? So rushing either means it's going to be like great, because Q Ranger was kind of rushed when it first started, and now it's fantastic, but then if they rush it, that means where are they going with the story? What's going to be filled up with this time? Are they just going to have a bunch of filler? And what I'm worried about, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, is that they're probably going to fall into the anniversary crap.
Because isn't Build another anniversary
It's an anniversary
series?
thing. And that's the problem that O's had, because O's started off with a really nice pace.
Yeah.
But the problem was it was just anniversary, and that like a bunch of the episodes with plot got shafted.
That makes sense.
And so and that's what I'm thinking, is like, maybe they're making room for anniversary episodes. Oh man.
That's a good point.
I hope that they learn from the previous Rider series that were anniversary episodes and make something that works with the plot.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like, that's the thing. It's like I can tell, like it went up before. Like I can feel there's an experienced writer behind this season, so I'm hoping that him and his crew can pull that off. That's a good point with the anniversary side. I didn't even think of that.
I just thought about it right now, actually.
That's a good point. It's like, if you're trying to rush these main storylines in this fashion, then that's a pretty high possibility. And so I'm with you. If they can make it work, and then they don't feel, because nothing sucks more than watching a Toku with 20 episodes of filler.
Yeah.
Shuoger. And calling you out. I was really liking you.
So
I was feeling the cube.
Call you out.
Bungle.
But this kind of leads to this kind of cool conversation on the boat where Banjo's like, do you think he knew? Because even Banjo, this is really convenient. He's like, do you think he knew when he saved her? And the reporter's like, no, it couldn't have. And then Banjo repeats those same words. He's like, if you're doing it if you're expecting a reward, you're not doing it for
It's
it isn't
not
justice.
justice.
So like that kind of like, you could kind of see the gears, not literally, but you kind of see the gears turning in Banjo's head.
And then we get a really nice like cut back to like the first fight in this episode, where like you see Build and he does that like the
smirk.
head nod.
Yeah.
But it's like now you can like imagine the smile underneath the helmet.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, now we know what he's doing under that helmet.
Yeah.
I liked about that fight scene in general, that reference, because it reminded me of Kuga.
Yeah.
If some of you guys who are in the comments or whatever, if you guys seen Kamen Rider Kuga before, he fights for like the people's smile. He wants to see the world happy, and so it kind of referenced that in that moment. And I also liked it because Banjo is kind of like, you see in that moment too, Banjo kind of now gets that sense of what Sento is going through, and then hopefully that leads to where he's more developed as a character.
And that's kind of the cool thing about Sento and Banjo as a duo.
Yeah.
That's like Sento is brains, Banjo is bronze, and so the idea that like Banjo's gonna learn from Sento.
Yeah.
It's how they said it.
And hopefully it'll be the other way around too.
Yeah.
And actually, this episode kind of shows that with the hot Gatling thing.
Yeah.
Like Sento's overthinking it.
Yeah.
And then Banjo's like, dude, do this.
Speaking of that, Mars Girl had a comment earlier, and my chat wasn't loading for some reason, but she said there are also so many bottles. You may as well use brute force your way into best matches. It'll be just as fast, if not faster, than doing the math.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Which is why now, like, I'm like really respecting or appreciating. That's the word I'm looking for. The fact that he's so dumb. It's just that he can just go. Hold on, really quick before we have a. Oh, okay, never mind.
Hi.
Yeah.
So then
Just in case.
Yuki Taro's said, if I remember correctly, O's was retooled after the earthquake. From what I remember, O's was originally darker compared to what we got. Same goes with Gokaiger show, as it was supposed to feature only a handful of guests.
Yeah.
All right. So after we have this cool
correct.
kind of conversation.
That is true,
that's
yes.
correct. After we have this kind of cool conversation between the reporter, whose name I keep forgetting.
Yeah, no, she hasn't locked in my brain.
And Banjo, we have Sento build fighting the Smash. But the cool thing about this fight scene is, like, earlier with the Smash had hit a bunch of the stormtroopers, the guards, whatever.
Guardians.
The Smash is still hitting those stormtroopers, and it's like, does he like have some aggression towards them still?
He's going ham.
Does he? Earlier we mentioned the memories. Like,
right.
does he remember at least having that aggression towards them? So the cool thing about this Smash show is it can multiply.
Yeah.
So it kind of gives Sento an even like tougher task. Like the earlier Smash could fly.
It was very interesting.
This guy had he could multiply himself, and he has to defeat the regular Smash in order for him to win.
It was also very convenient considering his new power.
Yes.
Oh yes.
So,
but we're used to that in Sentai and Riders and all that.
So
it's
his hot Gatling shoots birds.
yes,
It shoots birds, and it is awesome.
That is insane, bro. When I saw that the first time, I was like, "Oh my!"
that is
I
such
can't
a
take
sexy
it.
form. I can't.
No.
He can fly with it too. So he's like flying, and he's like 10, 20, 30, 40, because it's like a lot of people.
That's another reference too. That's reference to Kamen Rider Drive Surprise Future. That little sphere that he does in the end of Surprise Future. Future drives car, the Mercedes goes up into the air for the final attack and creates like a road, like a sphere of roads. And he starts driving over it, and then he does the final attack. It's the exact same thing for Build, which was awesome. But I love the ring announcer voice for like the form.
10, 20, 30, 40. He gets 100 full bottle,
Full bullet.
That seemed like so much effort, and I feel like if he just like spun it once, like the Kyoto thing, it's like 10, 20, 30, and then it's just like some like. I think that would have been cooler.
Actually,
but
I just gotta say though, like when this form showed up, and me and my friend were talking afterwards, like he pointed out like after like our conversation about the show, and he's like, "You really like Hot Gatlinger?" I'm like, "Oh, they coming
It
through."
is really cool.
I told
It's
everybody
a
that I know
beautiful
that they're gonna
design.
like
it is one of
really
my
cool forms.
favorite
That's what
forms.
He has
Wait till his next
guns
one.
in his eye.
He has a gun in his eye, and the wings are just awesome.
Yeah.
I love that. I'm a sucker for like Gatling guns, and so that's why like in Forza Gatling was my favorite Switch. It's like that's awesome. However, I did see a spoiler for episode 4, I think it was.
I haven't seen any spoilers.
I saw a slight spoiler. I was like, it might be tied, but Hot Gatling right now is probably one of my favorite.
It is. Just the colors alone, like gray and orange, they just look great
That's
together.
a good combo. It's a good match.
Yeah.
It's a
That's the best match.
So after that, Sento defeats the Smash.
Yep.
And it turns out it's Nabashima.
Oh, convenient.
Convenient thing number 3 or 4.
5.
7.
12, all of them.
Let's look at the convenient board.
We should do that.
We probably should have.
We should probably start a convenient board.
So just at this moment, there's like something kind of hits Sento in the leg. Was the leg?
No, in the back.
Yeah, it was the back.
Oh yeah,
And,
that
like
was
this
the
giant
sword
like
thing.
snake
Oh
thing.
my
Almost like a
God.
And,
stinger.
Yeah, and as he's like falling into unconsciousness, it's blurry. You can see like another rider. It's like Cobra, and then he knocks out.
Yeah, because
Oh,
like
that was the end
Namashima
of the
got
episode.
like swallowed up by a cobra thing, like a robot cobra thing.
Yeah.
It was creepy.
Yeah, so we also kind of saw the president kind of holding like a full bottle looking thing. Was
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
So obviously he's gonna.
He's
do
connected
something.
some
Yeah.
way.
We don't know exactly how, but
I'd like to
he
hear your
is.
opinion on it.
Yeah, so that was a pretty fun episode, all things considered.
Right.
Even though it was convenience, like a lot of convenience, but those fight scenes were great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like this is gonna be one of those episodes where I could fast forward through any plot and just watch the fight scenes because they were fantastic.
Yes.
Yeah. The fights are great, and like the character bits I'm still enjoying in the
Yeah.
show.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, of
Yeah.
course.
You know, like I love the reporter Misora. I love the cast. So
Yeah.
I think this is a great spot. This is episode 3.
Yeah.
I'm this invested in the new characters.
exactly.
Oh yeah, I mean, I usually have a 3-episode rule for shows.
Oh, it's-
And-
that-
It's
Yeah.
not 40?
Yeah. No, you need a
You said
You need
40.
40. You need 40.
You gave us 40 on episode
I have
1.
3. I'm
You
allowed to
cannot
have
go
3.
back
You
on your
can't go
word.
back on this.
Don't shoot my toy.
Tell me 40 now!
Don't shoot my toy with my other
Tell me the
toy.
truth, Jimmy.
No, but regularly I have a 3-episode rule for most shows.
I usually give 4.
Like I give it 3 episodes. I did this with Ghost. I did this with Xade. If I wasn't already emotionally invested the first 2 episodes, this episode would have definitely got me just based off of like the forms look awesome.
Yeah.
Like they look really really cool. Like so far there isn't really an ugly form, at least not yet. I mean even
They
some-
got time.
I mean
They have time to
yeah,
ruin
of course.
it.
They have time.
Of course.
Coming from me, they have time.
Kamen Rider 4 is a magnet state.
Yeah, I mean vacuum is
That's
kind of
the
weird.
ugliest form to date I can think of.
Toilet time!
It's literally a toilet with turret guns.
Toilet turret.
So we should start wrapping up. So before we do that, I want to thank everyone in the chat.
Thank you, guys.
So we had
Thank you.
Mars Girl in here. We had Jezer in here. We had Andrew Suarez in here. We had Larry in here. Yuki Taros. I'm probably butchering your name, but thank you for being here. Yeah, and then we had Lint in here as well. You guys watching the show is awesome. So thank you. We hope to see you guys next week as well.
I just don't want it to be rushed.
Is there any new animal machine combos that people suggested in this app?
None. I didn't receive any, but I was talking to Luis earlier, and if you guys could draw some of your own combinations and send those to us, I would love to see those. Like,
I'm requesting
Yeah.
Snail Roomba.
yeah, like if
right
you
now.
want, if you want, watch.
I forgot about that.
If you want, like, take other suggestions. If you don't have to be the best artist.
Yeah.
Just send us some of your stuff. We'd love to see it.
I want to
be
see
great.
the worst photoshops.
They could be Photoshop. They could be in Paint.
It
They
could be a recoloring.
They could be sketches. They could be drawing markers. You could have your little brother draw them with crayon. Like we want to see that.
Yeah.
Because
If you guys make Armadillo Dozer, I will love you forever.
I suggest an Armadillo Dozer, but Snail Roomba for sure. That is
Snail-
a must.
Snail
We wanna
Roomba
see-
Snail
is
Roomba.
by far the best.
Like,
We
form.
want to see that.
I'm begging you.
Alright, guys. So that's pretty much it. There was no other comments. Thank you guys once again for watching us. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Really.
Thank you so much.
Let's sign out.
Yeah.
You want to start that way?
Yeah, I want to go start. You start. Where
Where
can
can
they find you?
Social media plugs. Let's go.
Awesome! No, you guys can find me on Facebook under Luis Ramirez Jr. It might be hard to find. There's a bunch of Luises out there. Instagram, Mighty Action Lou. That's basically
How do you spell it?
for what?
Mighty_action.
Yeah, Mighty_action_.
He just has to make it really complicated for
LU.
you.
Yeah.
It's Lou as an LU, not LOU.
LU. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just LU and you'll be fine.
And then Justin.
Oh yeah. Find me on Twitter at JustinKeyzon. Find me on Instagram at JustinQuiz. I got 2 podcasts. If you like hearing me talking on this show, one's a Steven Spielberg podcast called Banjou and Spielberg. The other one's called Nothing New, which is a remake podcast. And yeah, once again, I'm going to plug my Tokusatsu-inspired comic book web series that I co-write called Shining Yusha.
Shining Yusa.
I love that when he does that.
I just like the name. It's really cool.
Simple. Kamen Rider. Shining Yusha. Available for free on Tumblr. You can find us on Twitter. Yusha with 2 U's. And that's where you can find me.
Okay, and then me. You guys can find me on all social media: Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Darrel J Delphin. On that hashtag show, I'm on like two different shows. No, three. I'm forgetting one because I haven't done one in a while. And then I'm voice actor for different animes and blah blah blah. Actually, I was given the okay to talk about this today, but no one on whatever. I'll say it anyway. If you guys are familiar with the game Secret of Mana, I am the voice of Geshtar, one of the main villains, and I would love for you to defeat me because I turn into something cool.
Sweet. I'm not a voice actor and I'm not in a game, but my name is once again Jimmy. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram at GLJimmy, or angelgroveradio.com.
All right. That is basically it. I have high hopes for Build. I'm really looking for Climax Heroes. Oh, the future,
December 10th.
the future of Rider is bright.
Come down in majestically like hot Gatling.
And if you still want to send us a Bill driver,
We'd be great.
Or it doesn't have to be a Bill driver, just like full bottles, something other than X8 to
Papercraft.
And you don't have to send us anything.
A Bill
but
driver.
I'm just kidding. Like, if you just really like us, please.
All right, guys. A few last comments. Andrew Starr says, "Build super or final form will involve a bottle shaped like a snake."
Shake
A
weight?
shake weight? Oh.
Don't say that.
And then Yuki Taro said that's the mid-season form. Mid-season is just an upgraded rabbit tank. So
Can you imagine
You just got burned.
just like a buffer rabbit with like a giant cannon? That's terrifying.
It looks like Samus.
ooh, that would look
Like a giant ear.
Like, how could you even make that even more ridiculous?
Trust me.
Like, he
I
already
can tell
looks
you.
cool, but even more rabbit tanky? Rabbit tanky?
More rabbit tanky.
We'll figure it out. All right, guys. Okay, thank you so much. You guys
Have
have
a
a
good
good
one.
Sunday or Monday.
Peace out.
Wherever
Peace
you're
out.
at. Bye.
Oh, it's not my DI.